The State Archives of North Carolina undertook a project to revamp the records retention and disposition schedules of state agencies. This module will provide guidance on how to transition to these new schedules. For employees who are new to using retention and disposition schedules, the functional schedules should be simple to understand and implement. But for those who have been in state agencies for some time and grown accustomed to individual program schedules and the general schedule for state agency records, we are developing some crosswalking tools to aid in this transition to functional schedules. This sample shows how items from the 2015 General Schedule for State Agency Records map to the Public Relations Functional Schedule. The old item number and description are listed to the right of the new functional schedule record type. This document is available on our blog. This sample shows how records in the Office of Historically Underutilized Businesses crosswalk to the Economic Development Functional Schedule. If an agency chooses to retain records longer than required in the functional schedule, that could easily be documented in this spreadsheet. If your agency would like to use the spreadsheet version of a functional schedule in order to document specific records or longer retentions, they are also available on our blog. For any agencies that have not had a specific program schedule, it could be useful to begin the transition to functional schedules with a records inventory. After identifying the types of records created and received in your offices, you can map those records to the 16 functional schedules. In order to match up the records types on your inventory to the appropriate functional schedules, you need to first ask yourself, why am I required to do this work? For instance, many of us provide instruction to help people understand the mission and work of our agency, and these records of workshops and speeches are examples of the public relations function. Many state agencies are responsible for licensing various individuals and entities, and these records are part of the monitoring and compliance function. The rule of thumb for mapping your records to the functional schedules is to find the most specific example of your record. For instance, there is a general correspondence category on the agency management schedule. However, the correspondence that relates to a contract should be retained alongside that contract according to the legal schedule. Similarly, there is likely to be much correspondence regarding a court case, and that correspondence should be bucketed with the rest of the case file, also found on the legal schedule. The one exception to this specificity directive is grants records. Because of the particular retention requirements for grants records, they are grouped, regardless of function, on the financial management schedule. So whether the monies are used to provide public assistance or to encourage economic development, the appropriate disposition instructions are all under financial management. We are also producing other training tools, such as this decision tree illustrating the various functions that training records serve in state agencies. These tools will focus on clarifying similar types of records that have different functions. The key to determining the most appropriate record series on the functional schedules is figuring out why the record resides in your office. If you would like more information about this functional analysis initiative, visit our blog at ncrecords.wordpress.com and click on the rightmost tab. All of the spreadsheets and forms mentioned in this module can also be found there. If you have any specific questions about the functional schedules, you may contact Becky McGee Langford, head of the Government Records Section, Courtney Bailey, project lead for functional schedules, or the records analyst assigned to your agency as listed on our website. You can also find the name of the Chief Records Officer for your agency at the URL listed on this slide. We thank you for taking the time to view this tutorial and look forward to working with you to implement this exciting initiative.